Idausa, how was your flight? If it landed, it was good, was his immediate response. I want you to consider this statement for a moment. If it landed, it was good. Another way of looking at it is, it doesn't matter what happened up there in the skies. As long as the plane landed, it was good. What a positive attitude to have. We easily say your attitude determines your altitude, but most of us fail the attitude test. We concentrate too much on the crisis that we don't see Christ showing us a solution. Idausa could easily have said the turbulence was scary, the service was lousy, or any of the other negative things we want to say. But in his mind, if the plane landed, it was good. A negative attitude is ruining the lives of many. It's affecting their outcomes because as long as you emit a negative signal, chances are that you will receive one back. It's not okay to be the face of misery and expect that the world will accompany you in your misery journey. Nobody has time for that. The world has no time for pity parties. People are in a hurry to impact their world positively, and you expect they will slow down to partake in your sorrow walk? No way. As long as we are alive, it's all good. This is the attitude of champions. As long as I have breath in my nostrils, I have a second chance. As long as I've woken up to see this beautiful day, I am winning. Attitude. When you respond to problems with a bad attitude, failure is assured. But when you face problems with a good attitude, victory is assured. I'm actually tired of sorrowful stories. You can clearly see the person is their own problem, but they want you to believe that the world is not fair to them. I don't know what they tell them in singles fellowship, but someone needs to tell them that if you want to land a life partner, the first thing you need to work on is your attitude. A good and positive attitude attracts people, but a negative or bad attitude repels people. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. The same sun shines on all men. Chin up and face life like you got this. Don't let your shoulders droop for nothing. Walk with confidence. Why do you walk in for an interview looking all defeated? Do you think your potential employer wants to hire a liability? You must go in there looking and acting like you are the answer to their problems. For how long will you keep on praying for a job but you don't even have a CV? What of those who go for interviews but they don't know what the organization does? Gosh, that's not a winning attitude. We keep on complaining about the high rate of unemployment in the country, but there are so many employers struggling to find competent employees. How do you reconcile this? At least 30% of those who say they are unemployed have never sent out their CVs. Never. And yet you say you are unemployed. Will jobs drop from heaven? A few weeks ago, I asked one of my contractors to get me his passport because I wanted to send him to China for some training. Guess what? He didn't have an international passport. I have paid this particular contractor at least 40 million in the last few months. So you can't say he is part of the downtrodden. I asked my chief of staff to assist him in getting a Nigerian passport, but he didn't even have some of the basic requirements one needs to get a passport. To cut a long story short, it's now one of his staff who had the required documentation I was sent to China for this training. Tomorrow he'll be shouting, "Father Lord, destroy all my enemies from the east to west, north and south." No, brother, you are your own enemy. This negative attitude is also threatening to pull down our country. We are high on all things wrong with our country. We tell the world that our country is a failed nation and that our leaders are corrupt. Hello? Do you watch the news? Do you know a man called Donald Trump? We keep on shouting 419 here every day. Do you know that thousands of Nigerians are being scammed daily by foreigners and they can't do anything about it? Why? Because they have been forced to pay someone in a far country that they have never met before for a product or service, and the person defaults because they know you can't get a visa to their country. This is happening daily to Nigerians like you and I. But you don't hear their stories. They are helpless. We need to tone down the negative attitude, negative rhetorics. It's affecting everything and everyone. The most important thing is that we are alive. Let's be joyful. Nothing else matters. We are alive and that's all that matters. Take a walk, soak in the sun. Let the cool breeze lap your face and smile. God is good. God is good is the anthem of champions. God is good is the banner of winners. God is good is the fuel of the joyful. God is good is the attitude of the Christian. Let's change our attitudes. The whole of the Israelite army quaked in fear in the face of the giant Goliath. But he took a young David with an attitude that said, God was good to me in yesterday's battle, and he'll be good to me in today's battle. Do you know what David said to Goliath? He said, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand. What an attitude. Fearless in the face of trouble. Do you know the part of the story that gives me goosebumps? In 1 Samuel 17 verse 48, we are told that when Goliath rose up and came towards David in his full might, that David ran towards him. I don't think you understand. This was the giant Goliath in his full battle regalia, who struck fear in the hearts of all men. But here was a young man who knew the battle was that of his God, and he raced towards Goliath and killed him with just one stone. One stone. Attitude. If it landed, it was good. Today, I want you to take a sheet of paper and list all the giants that are in front of you. All the problems that you face, all the difficulties that encompass you. And then, on that same sheet of paper, write down all the things that God has ever done for you. All the battles he has won on your behalf. And finally, write down that you are alive to even write this down. Then race towards your giants. God bless you all.